yours. That's funny.
I shameless plugged the Research and Development podcast on my TikTok today.
Nice.
I skipped a video with a girl who was about to DM her first campaign ever, and she wanted like tips and tricks. And I said, you should watch this stream that we do.
What's that thing? They got a YouTube channel with all the stuff.
Mm-hmm. And that's enough for the commercial at the start of this recording. Thank you very much for watching. It's another Wednesday in Krasden, episode 68, A Thread of Truth.
What are we gonna do next week?
I think just an onsen episode. Like we just have to do an onsen episode on number 69, right? This is where Crucible learns sexy jutsu.
Okay, I just remember
of Krasden.
I just remember on Sunday when you were screaming at Josh and other people that they were all weebs.
Hey, I'm not a weeb. I just am on the internet and can't avoid knowing these things. You know what I mean? Right. It's like I never watched Game of Thrones, but I know how it ended. Yeah.
Right. Don't tell me.
You know nothing, Patrick Labrie.
You don't know how it ended.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Floppy wiener.
That opening was always way too long.
It was, and I sang English the entire time.
Are we gonna do a recap?
No.
Sure.
Well, if you're ready, we can.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Is there a countdown?
3, go.
Okay. So last time on D&D Krasden with the Drink Industries, we decided to go upstairs, up to Krasden, and have a nice and kind of revisit Tone and have a nice dinner with Joseph's parents and his girlfriend, which apparently you did not know that they knew that they were dating. So it was not really surprised. Awkward. And Duncan made a lot of really uncomfortable comments about Joe's mother, which
he did.
I'm also not surprised at that either.
I didn't really know how to handle that, so I just kind of didn't.
I just realized we can never have Luke and Chad in the same campaign because we really only need one horny player, right?
Right.
All right.
Oh no.
Need is a strong word.
My Twitch crashed. Did anybody else's Twitch just crash?
No.
No.
It's fine. It was on me.
So moving on. After that meal, we got a good night's rest, and well, most of us got a good night's rest. Joe was seeing his girlfriend for the first time in a few weeks, and she, she's bigger than him. Anyway, missed him a lot. But after we spent the night in Krasden, we went to a very familiar but long missed place, Duncan's boat.
Yeah.
Destiny. Yep. And
so
that was
Destiny
very
book.
Exciting.
It's very nice.
You guys did some fishing and some book reading and some tying yourselves to the mast.
I threw a pole overboard. And we made our way across the sea, and Duncan overpaid for parking, which is a weird thing to do after they fucked it up last time.
Well, I was hoping they're not going to fuck it up this time if I gave them more money.
Just thinks, yeah, okay, so you really messed up my order last time. I'm going to give you, like, a 300% tip to make sure that it's good this time.
You do know that they can spit in that when it's back in the kitchen, don't you?
Yeah, maybe. When it's Taco Bell, it doesn't really matter. It all tastes the same anyway. So we went from the docks to the closest place, which was the lighthouse that we needed to investigate. There seemed to be some things about it, and we had kind of decided that it probably was, in fact, Aedrys's home, which I was totally wrong about earlier. So we approached with caution, and rightfully so, because it was heavily booby-trapped with powerful magics and enchantments. And we did our best to kind of wade our way through those and not have them, blow up in our face, quite literally. We made it through the door fine. Once we got inside, there was a little bit of a bugaboo with the stairs. Turns out they had some kind of enchantment on them that causes you to, lose control. And I guess best we could tell, it makes you leave. Just makes you just get the fuck out. But as I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to use another spell to try and dispel this. I've already kind of warned myself out on this. These guys get the clever plan that, hey, the ceiling's pretty short. Maybe we could just dig through that. So we did. And all of us made it up just fine. Nobody fell or biffed it or anything like that, which is terribly disappointing for the sake of comedy. And we made it up into the next rooms, kind of following the signal of some strong divination magic, which we believe to be the threads that we were looking for. These threads that Aedrys had been holding his memories on, because as we all remember, he was trying to look through these threads and figure out a way to open up the box, because he and Jenny had both decided that they were going to spring Genevieve out at the risk of, the whole wide world. And we get up there, and Bagby spent a lot of time looking around in Aedrys's room. There were lots of brown and earth tones, and it seemed like a relatively normal room, except for there were some funny things happening with the pictures. And they seemed to be kind of changing whenever Bagby wasn't looking. And she was digging around under the bed to find something. Meanwhile, the rest of us went upstairs. There was no major incident. There appeared to be an enchantment on the door, but it wasn't an issue because it was open. And we found in a closet sort of a spinning wheel and along with the spinning wheel there were 5 different colors of threads, which we are just in a tizzy here trying to figure out which thread belongs to whom. How do we figure this out? What's helpful information here? If I spun all these together, could I make a sweater? That would just be really cool.
That would be the most memorable Christmas sweater of all time.
Someone might write a song about it. Ma'am, I wanna buy this sweater for my mama, please. I fucking hate that song.
I don't even know what that is.
You've never heard the Christmas shoes?
Christmas shoes.
My God, it's the worst.
About a kid who wants to buy shoes for his dead mom.
Oh, Jesus Christ, why?
Dying mom. She's in the hospital dying, and he wants her to have pretty shoes so when she goes to meet Jesus.
Yeah.
Patrick has a thing where if somebody goes to the hospital, they're dead to him, just immediately. If they come back, it's great, but...
Jesus was well known for having really nice shoes. So, yeah.
Okay, so on that dour note, yeah, that's pretty much where we found ourselves, trying to figure this stuff out, and Bagby trying to look underneath the bed, but never really did quite get to look at everything because we were annoying and summoned her upstairs to try and figure shit out with us.
The 3 wise men brought frankincense, myrrh, and Air Jordan 9s. The special with the red on the side.
Those were brand new back then.
That was a very thorough recounting of what happened last time, except you left out the first third of the story, but that's all right, though. It's okay. Don't worry about that. Bagby will tell us all about that.
Bagby, what happened to the first third of the story, I guess?
Yeah. Well, the first third of the story... Sorry, I was laughing at what Bars put in Discord.
Oh, what did he put in Discord?
Oh, you'll enjoy it.
Is
You
it sh-
dick, Bars.
Is it shitting on me?
No, it's me.
Looks just like Phil, doesn't she?
Hold up. I gotta put this on stream.
Why?
I allow Philip to do my hair.
Where is it? What the fuck?
Anywho, while
Keep
Mike
going.
is finding that,
Yeah.
the first third, we were still down in Krasden, and we were talking with Hallowell, deciding what to do and what we wanted her to build. Essentially, what her job was going to be. If we were going to have her build a second box, she mentioned potentially building a latch for the first box so that it could be opened. Yep, that's me with a drawn and photoshopped beard and I hate you. I hate you so much. I'm gonna put it over mine.
The true Laura has come.
My true form wasn't ready yet, so I need you to put that away before my Lord Cthulhu.
I'm sorry, I'll get rid of it. It's gone.
It's fine.
I am saving that forever, Bars. Thank you for that. That's gonna be on a mug soon.
Oh god, the first official Dirk Industries t-shirt is just here it is. First t-shirt design. We decided that we did not like the idea of building a latch for the box, mostly because if we were to have that latch with us and get attacked and lose the latch, it's just there are too many variables that could go into someone getting their hands on the latch who doesn't need to have their hands on the latch. So we decided to send her with a note from Bagby to the Ignans to say basically give her all the supplies that she needs, aid her in any way that she asks, and she is going to build us a second box. And then we made our way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's gonna work on a second box.
Yeah,
All right.
We're not 100% sure what we're going to use that second box for, but we'll have it.
Duncan's gonna put wet stuff in it.
Oh, I could hold a lot of wet things.
I mean, we could all just go live in it. And
So
not worry about
that. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just say it.
Just say it.
So Duncan's gonna put wet things in her second box.
hate all of you.
Oh, I get it. Hey,
Thank
so
you
this
for giving that recap that I missed. I do apologize. I, for some reason, thought that was at the end of the episode before.
you guys did a great job. We are 13 minutes into this.
Hey, we had to take time to appreciate my final form.
Mm-hmm. You find yourselves back right where we left off last week. You are in this spinning room, I guess, and not in bicycle terms, but in thread terms, in Aedrys and Jenny's house, supposedly, the lighthouse. So, continue where you left off. With a week's worth of thinking about it, or not thinking about it.
I wonder how we watch these memories. Because if we could figure out how to use them, we could watch one and figure out whose spool is whose.
Did anybody ever see Aedrys use one?
No, he only talked about them.
Hmm. I wonder if if it takes some spell or if you just kind of shove it in your ear hole.
Or just touching it.
'Cause I'm imagining it goes in one ear and out the other, and you just kind of floss.
Why don't you try, Ori?
To put it in his ear?
Sure. What's the worst that could happen? Which color? I guess I'll do the green one. They've always been partial to green. And I hold the tip of the green thread up to my ear.
Uh-huh.
Does
We are,
anything count?
we are a minute into this roleplay, and this is the dumbest shit I've heard tonight. No, nothing happens. You put thread in your ear.
Hmm.
Can I look around at all to see if there's anything at all resembling instructions to use this thing?
Patrick, that
Yeah.
pizza looks good. No, based on investigation rolls from last week, there's no instructions on the walls. There's no two-step guide. There's not even one of those mall maps that say you are here.
Is there anything around that kind of looks like, I don't know, like a player? I don't know, something that looks kind of out of place, but yet in place that we could like attach the threads to.
No, the only thing in the room, the only things in the room was the, I don't know, what do you call those? The spinning wheel, but like the spool.
A loom?
No, there's no loom. And the spool, like bookcase. What do you call that? Just like the spools sitting on the wall.
Yeah, where they would be
Yeah.
housed. Yeah. Shelf.
Spool
Shelf.
shelving. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody's here has been in a Michael's at least once.
It's very interesting that it is a spinning wheel that is involved in all this, because the machine that was developed early on, which combined a bunch of spinning wheels together, was known as the spinning Jenny.
I'm sorry, are you done?
You've
What?
okay, Duncan and Crucible. It looks like you failed your save. That's 6 psychic damage.
So do I remember correctly that there was some thread that was being cut up, was missing or something like that?
There was a
Last
few
time you said?
missing here and there in different. Only one from the gold, and none from the silver. 2 from the green. 1 from bronze and 3 from black. Although it should be noted that I should have said this last week. There is way more gold and silver than there are black, bronze, and green. Way more.
Well, by logic, if he was capturing his own memories, he would likely have more of those than of the other team members. So Aedrys would probably be gold or silver if they're the most of those two.
If I try to remember something, I usually tie a thread around my finger.
Give it a try, Crucible.
Well, I need someone to do it because I can't tie with one hand.
I will take some of the gold thread and I will tie it around Crucible's finger.
You pick a random one?
Yeah.
Okay. How far back? They are somewhat dated.
Somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Duncan, you're about to say something?
Are the ones that are missing that all seem to come from the same time then?
No. I said something about that last week. The gold one is from way back in the day. The silver one that is missing is from way back in the day. No, there's no silver one missing.
There is no silver missing?
There's no silver. There's no silver missing. Yeah, sorry. I misspoke. The rest are from fairly within the last, fairly recently, the last few years. Even within the last year, probably.
That's strange.
The tying it around your finger would be you. Everything around you fades away, Crucible. You no longer in that room. You no longer see the people around you. What you see and hear, smell, even things you say, none of it's you. It's like watching the best way to describe it to the player is like watching a VR movie in movie in VR, but you're not in control of any of it. Even perspective.
Okay.
You are walking. You're walking through a market somewhere in Aedrys. You smell a lot of food around you. A lot of noise happening. You hear a small voice to your right screaming about pastries. Look down, you see a little silver-haired girl. She is pointing at a pastry stand. You go up, you get the pastries, you eat them. As you're walking away, you see something flipping through her hands. You realize that she has stolen some money from the shopkeep. You reprimand her, but you are not harsh. You take the money back, apologize a lot, and then are told very meanly that you're never allowed to go there again. That's the end of it. You wake back up and you see the people around you. You're back in the room.
I think I'm onto something here.
He was in his time, his perspective, that was 5, 6, 7 minutes. In yours, it was seconds. Okay?
All right, I think I'm onto something here. You tied it around my finger. It took me back to this place where I think I was a little girl's mother or something like that. And I was following along like it was the first-person view of what was going on here. This little girl was we went to a pastry thing. We ate the pastry, but then she stole some money. I had to give it back, and that was the end of the memory. I think we're onto something.
Did the memory ever use the child's name? Did the
No, it was a young little girl, silver hair. There were no words really spoken like with the child, according to name or anything like that.
Doesn't Jenny have silver hair, Mike?
Right.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. Are you sure you were from the perspective of a woman, or were you Aedrys?
You wouldn't know. You had
Couldn't you have heard his voice?
You had Aedrys' voice. Yeah, you did.
Even so, you see your arm as you.
You never said the name Jenny, but you did. You kept referring to her as Kiddo, the little girl.
What color thread was that?
That was gold, I think.
That was a gold one. Yep.
Okay.
They took a memory from way back, from the gold memories. Then
He said midway down the shelf.
Yeah.
Why would what? So that memory wouldn't have been removed by any spell from the box, though, right? I'm sorry if I'm a little behind everyone else on this one.
Well, I mean, we don't. I guess we don't really know how far back their memories were wiped, but.
Well, but wouldn't that memory have been created after the box was made?
Yes.
If Jenny was an older child?
right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Genevieve
did
would
Aedrys
already been in the
voluntarily take his memories out?
Seems like it's more. I don't know if it actually takes the memories out. It just seems like it's like a recording the memory.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think the
Just like a
memory is
journal?
necessarily removed.
okay.
So that one was the middle of the shelf, and there's a handful that are missing from further down, which would be closer to where we are now. So only like a couple years ago, correct?
Or closer, yeah.
Mike, other than viewing the memory, did it affect me at all?
That's an excellent point. I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
What I meant to say was, hey, Mike, you're doing a great job today. Which roll? Sorry.
Wisdom.
Joe is presumably close to him.
27.
Imagine.
Irrelevant. It was. You could tell it was. You feel fatigued afterward. Not immediately, but a little bit afterward. You feel like
All right.
you're just tired. Way more tired than you should be.
Okay.
Does anyone object if I try to find a memory that I'm kind of curious about?
No.
The only thing I might suggest is that whoever is doing the memory probably doesn't do a lot of them. This thing kind of
Orcs. Same.
knocking me on my butt a little bit.
How long do you think the memory was?
How long the memory was? It was several minutes.
Oh, that's probably why then, because you're only gone. You're only out of it for a couple seconds.
I'm just saying that if we have to go through several of these, we might want to take turns.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Mike, I would like to look for. So we've had several people describe when and how Hollowell died.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to try to find the memory of that day, if possible. Are they labeled at all?
They're labeled by year, basically.
Okay. So that was, I mean, that wasn't that long ago that she was killed. It was about a month ago, right?
2 months. No, a little over a month. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to see if I can find that memory.
Oh, it works. Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation. So you can make a best guess. Best guess.
That's a pretty good start. That's a 16. Considering
Okay.
I have a +0.
A month ago, there's a few things you know. He hasn't been home in a while.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's probably 2 months at this point. He hasn't been home in a while, and well, to your best knowledge, you know what I mean. And if he's not there, there's no way he can.
I actually wasn't sure if he'd been back home since that happened, because I know he went to Krasden, and then he went to Krasden, and then went with us to the Drow. So I actually couldn't remember the timeline on that. So it's probably not there then, huh?
You take the most recent one, hoping, right?
Okay.
That's what you have.
Sure.
Do you choose to use it?
Yeah. Ori, can you give me a hand here?
Sure.
And then when you're done with that, you can tie the string around his finger.
I kind of take I'm still holding the green one, and I just kind of like set it aside gently, and then I tie the string around his finger.
All right. You. Okay, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Ori or myself?
You, Joe. This is a particularly long one.
It is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You, you're gonna take a little bit of damage on the back end of this, but I'll do the story. Okay.
Sounds good.
You find yourself in that village in the middle of the Elderwood, if you remember, near Hollowell's cabin. You're walking out into the forest. Dumas is walking nearby. You're walking in silence. At some point, you, in Aedrys' voice, calls out, "Who's doing it?" You are. Do I have? Yes, you do. You walk along in silence a little farther. You find yourself at the edge of the cabin. Right on the not the edge of the cabin, but the edge of that clearing leading up to the cabin where her garden started. It's dusk, nearly dark. You can see fire emanating, the light from a fire, clearly her fireplace emanating from inside. You just sit there and wait for a little while. She eventually appears in a window. You hold out your hand. She starts to look confused, starts screaming. She grabs a nearby object. You can tell it's one of the tools made from the Ignans, and starts doing bad things to herself. After about a minute of this, the screaming stops. You walk towards the cabin, open it. She is there. It is a mess. You collect her tools. You take a moment to throw water on the fire. You put them in a bag. You leave. As you're approaching Dumas, he looks at you. Is it done? Of course it is. Don't ask dumb questions. That is the end.
So the only interaction you had with the fire was to just throw water on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I probably need to sit down after that.
Yes, and you are going to take 10. You're going to take 10 psychic damage.
Okay, I'm just going to use lay on hands right away to heal that.
Yes. However, without cure condition, you will have a throbbing headache for a little while.
Sure. Goes along nicely with my level of exhaustion.
A good way to... I'd like you to roll insight on yourself.
Okay. And I actually forgot about the exhaustion on that investigation check.
Oh, that's
sorry.
Fine. We're not going back.
Yeah. This time I did roll it twice. I got I rolled a nat 20, but then with disadvantage, it's going to be 17.
17. You've had throbbing style migraine headaches before, right? Everybody has, to a certain extent. You can't help but feel that you put one too many socks in the sock drawer on this one. You know what I mean? Putting your
kind of like overloaded me.
Yeah, you forced something in that doesn't fit.
Ow, that really hurt. I think Crucible's right. I don't know if anyone's listened or watched any. Ow. I would be very careful about how many of these you watch.
Understood. You okay there, bud?
It was only a few seconds for you guys. For him, it was probably 20 minutes to a half an hour.
So, Joe, how long do you think you were in there?
Well, it started with Dumas, and it was actually the one I was looking for. It was Dumas and Aedrys walking up to Hollowell's house, and then Aedrys killing her. Took about 30 minutes, I would guess, 20 to 30.
Did he seem in his right mind?
Oh, yeah.
So not.
He didn't seem like the person that he presented himself as to us, but he was arguing with Dumas, making comments that, from my limited understanding, somebody who's under magical enchantment wouldn't make.
So he's making his choices on his own.
At least that one. He didn't. He killed her with, I don't know, he pointed at her and basically, kind of like what we guessed from the crime scene, he made her kill herself. And stole the tools, put out her fire, didn't notice the Ignan rock. That's probably the one saving grace we had. And I imagine, if I have my timetable correct, he went right to Krasden, right? And that's when Silence attacked?
That is where we at least our records so far have him going after.
He had to have at least dropped off the thread, though, or had Dumas do it.
I say that as well.
I'm just putting it out there.
Nope. Yep. Appreciate it. So either he worked with Dumas to fake that attack, because he actually got attacked by Silence in Krasden, or they had some sort of falling out.
Speaking of Silence, did you see anything about Silence being involved in this, or any indication of how she got that cursed wound?
No. And I thought that was strange. I thought maybe that was Mike forgetting something.
Well, I mean, it could be. Well, maybe
He could have done it to herself too. All we know is it was cursed.
My thought was that the fact that Dumas' tools were essentially made out of the same substance as Halliwell's tools. But that wouldn't make sense as to unless they're being hit by those tools somehow, or an entity that's made of the same material.
But Ori, from what I saw, Dumas actually didn't really do anything. He was just there as either keeping an eye on Aedrys or was there as backup. I don't know.
Strange. Maybe there is some property we don't know about that material.
While they're having this conversation, I'll wander over to where there's thread missing.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that in the gold there was thread missing from way back.
Mm-hmm.
So I wander over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at what's before it and what's after it.
Would
Just
you like
looking at it?
It's from 17 years ago, which puts it in the right time frame from when all this stuff started. Past that, without looking at the memories themselves, you wouldn't know anything.
So,
Ori,
thinking.
Ori, you had one too. You wanted to do. I think he said it earlier. Sorry, Duncan. But continue what you're saying. Continue your saying, Duncan. I just before we go.
Let him do his thing. I had set mine down.
Okay.
I'm thinking about this though. So it seems here this bit missing. If this is Aedrys's, it's about the time when they made the box. The first one. You just said that Aedrys killed Halliwell, took her tools. Kind of know that he's looking for Ignan flame so he can, I don't know, do something with it. So with that tools and with the elemental flames. So what if he's making the handle to open the box with?
I think that's a pretty good assumption.
What I don't understand is if he had her tools. I mean, Aedrys is a smart guy. He had her tools. he knew that the work that she did to make things with those tools she could do from her cabin. And yet, instead of going back to her cabin to get the Ignis firestone or whatever she used in her fireplace to actually make the things work, he went somewhere else that is more complicated and harder. Why not just go back to get it from Hallowell's?
Right. Suppose we don't know that yet, do we?
Mm-mm.
Well, for a lot of the time after he killed Hollowell, he was under guard.
I mean, right now, like when they left us in the Drow Kingdom,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
why didn't he just go back to Hallowell's and get the thing that he needed? Instead, he went somewhere else.
Where was Jenny when we looked at him last? Well, weren't they kind of close to the forest though?
They were in the yeah, they were in the forest.
I mean, maybe he's going there right now.
What seems more likely, that he already had what he needed in that regard, or that he didn't know he needed it?
My guess is, well, from hearing what Joe said about what he saw, my guess is he didn't know he needed it or didn't know it existed when he killed Hallowell, or else he would have taken it.
And he didn't. I thought perhaps maybe he was hiding something from Dumas if I thought he was spending time looking at the fireplace, but I don't think that was the case. All he did was put the fire out. He didn't cast any detect magic or anything like that. He just put the fire out and left.
That's another curiosity for me.
Why would he even bother?
Exactly. Why would he bother to put the fire out when he could just either let it go out on its own or let it get out of control and burn the house down and burn the evidence?
I mean, he had what he wanted. Why not
Even
just
in a
leave?
forest like that, smoke rises, it draws attention. If the whole place went up in flames, someone might investigate it earlier than they did.
Also, possible insurance. If he was unable to make the handle, he might need Hollowell. I mean, it's difficult to resurrect someone, but as we've pointed out, or as we've shown, it's not impossible. If he burned her up, I don't think it would have worked. And to be honest, I don't know how powerful Aedrys is. He's clearly, there's a lot more to him than we thought at first. I don't think he can resurrect people, but
he can certainly do a whole hell of a lot more than just illusion magic. That was a pretty powerful dominate person spell on those stairs.
and I think maybe that's what he used on Hollowell. I'm not really sure. It was something that made her go berserk and attack herself.
Roll Arcane. Anybody gets over 15, you can go ahead and look up the actual verbiage of dominate person.
Nope.
18.
Not with disadvantage.
I will go pee. You guys are in it.
I will look up the dominate person. I got an 18. Dominate person D&D 5.
My character wouldn't know this, but my understanding is that you can't use dominate person to make them harm themselves.
True, but something like phantasmal killer or something like that would.
So just my thought is it would have to be something beyond that, some meta magic or some strong.
Or Hollywell just felt it was better just to kill herself than to be tortured.
Well,
To give away
but it's
the
not like
information.
she just slit her wrists or anything like that. She was fighting something.
So this is it's really weird. Like, I'm a monk and I can't actually do magic, but at the monastery we had lots and lots of books on magic, and so I've read a lot. And what I remember about the dominate person spell is you can actually take total and precise control of the target, and that creature can only take the actions that you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. But there's nothing, like, the higher the level, the longer your domination lasts on that person. But there's nothing in there about them having any kind of free will to stop themselves from harming themselves, if that's what you order them to do.
Out of character, I think I was mistakenly thinking about command then.
Yeah, a bunch of the low level stuff. You can't make them hurt themselves.
So, to me, that would make sense. That he likely dominated her and made her do the things that she did. That being said, remembering what I remember about that spell, I am less inclined to believe that Dumas dominated Aedrys and made him an unwilling servant for 3 years. Because even at a super high level, it can only last about 8 hours at the time.
Well, we probably thought Aedrys was. Well, remember Blackborn?
Mm-hmm.
How he was controlled by the markings on his bones. I think, and Aedrys had that too. I think that's what we thought was controlling them.
More of a permanent powered enchantment.
Right.
Mm.
If I remember right, the Orc Queen said something about them being able to do that without actually doing surgery, just by being around you.
That was, yeah, one of the powers of the bone god or whatever. But
Right. So Duncan, were you gonna pick one up? Okay.
Duncan,
I didn't know.
not
I didn't know
anymore,
we
I'm
cut
not.
Well, I know our primary concern here is to know the actions of Aedrys, and well, we figured out right away which one was him, but my curiosity is going to get the best of me here. I feel like I want to know, at least to an extent, who else's memories he was keeping. I think it would be easiest to know from the most recent one, because it would be the way we would sort of remember them. So I guess I would look for a short thread.
Well, again, they are. It appears as if it's sort of chronologically capped, right?
So I would take a short thread from among the most recent of. I was looking at green, so let's go with the green one.
Okay.
Am I dexterous enough to tie around my own finger, or do I need help?
Sleight of
I'll
hand.
help you out. I'll help you out.
Okay.
So that I'm
Well, I didn't
standing
want to
by you
stress
too.
you out, Joe, but yeah, sure, thanks.
Sleight of tongue.
Yeah, is that how I'm doing it?
Mm-hmm. No. Okay.
Just like with those licorice candies.
All right. Ori.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw first and foremost.
Okay. Joe is the bonus from being near you 3.
Yep.
27.
Great job. You find yourself in, it's got to be a bar or something. You're surrounded by linens and velvet on a comfy seat. The table's too tall for you. But and all the silverware is as well. But you've got good food and a strong drink. The smell of smoke, tobacco smoke, and other such things that Ori you're used to fills the air around you. You're carving into the meat of some kind in front of you, getting ready to put it in your mouth. And you say, "So we're in agreement then." You get the little green one, the goblin. Goes by Bagby. Take her out. I need proof. Finger, hand, foot, whatever the hell you feel like. Hell, cover face off. I don't give a shit. You look over and you see two women that you recognize surrounding and a crowing whispering in his ear. Not a crowing. It's Housebreaker. Kenku, thank you. A Kenku. That works for me. I just need proof. You have the money you're talking about. You reach under the table. You pull up a box. You put it next to him. He opens it. Seems happy. You know that there's a lot of gold inside. But you don't see it. All good. All good. Good. You get down, hop off of the chair you're on. Walk through a door in a wall you couldn't see before. And then disappear down some stairs. That's the end.
No. Oofta. Right. Well, the green one is definitely Dulce.
Motherfucker.
Not sure why Aedrys was keeping his memories.
Because they're all working together. I have no qualms with killing Aedrys anymore.
Are you sure that means they're? I suppose it definitely, the evidence is mounting, but two hardly constitutes a pattern.
I'll grab a random one. What were the other colors? Black.
Black and bronze. Black, bronze, and silver. Gold and silver were the most prevalent. The least of any of them is actually bronze.
I'll grab black.
Okay.
And a small one from as close to recent as possible. And I'll tie it around my own finger. I am a monk and have dexterity Akuwazu.
you see the joints on her fingers grow extra joints, and she ties her.
I would quickly explain to everybody that unfortunately it's information we already knew. We already knew that Dulce put out the hit on Bagby.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom saving throw. +3 is a 15.
Okay, you're gonna take a bit of damage here. Sorry.
Fine.
How do you fit another cup of water in a gallon of milk? You said black? Okay.
Black.
Most recent or near to most recent?
Most recent.
Okay. You're sitting across the table downstairs in this very house. The dining room table that you guys stood on to get into the second floor. There's dinner set before you. You're eating. You've got a lot of bowls, a lot of plates sitting in front of you. And while there is one other place setting, there's not a lot of food sitting there. You're reaching out, shoveling your face. You're already feeling kind of full, but at this point you have the thought, I need to keep eating. Your hands, the skin on your hands are of a very dark tone. Is that pie almost ready? You speak. Looking towards the kitchen, you see Aedrys pulling a pie out from the fire stove. Yeah, knock it off. He walks in, puts the pie down under a pot holder in front of you. So what is the plan? Tell me. We go and kill the Witch of the Woods. Take her tools. After that, we will be able to open the box as soon as we are able to fashion the handle, that is. And you know this will work? Yeah, it'll work. Fine. I'm done with all of this. You stand up. Most of it's untouched. Where's that daughter of yours? Long gone. Don't worry, I'm keeping track. Good. And the right. Busy. The orcs. They're keeping him pretty busy. You better be right. I'm always right. Oh, and, hi. What'd you say? He turns back, almost ready to leave. I said bye. You walk out the door, and it fades.
So the first time, did he say, oh, and hi?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said bye the second time?
Mm-hmm.
Cheeky motherfucker.
I feel like I'm going to puke. That was too much. That was too much.
8 damage.
I don't want to be him ever again. Also, I feel like at the end he knew that I was watching his memory. I don't know how he would know. So, okay, and I explained what the memory was.
It was Aedrys that said those things. I don't know if my voice acting carried, but...
Oh, it was Aedrys that said, oh, and hi?
Mm-hmm.
Could be suggesting that maybe there is some amount of control going on, and he was his relative freedom from it. I don't know. That's
much damage you
strange thing to say.
It is a strange thing to say at the beginning, at the end of you viewing the memory.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage did you take,
8.
Bagby? Okay. I just do lay on hands while we're discussing.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Okay, so is 3 out of 3 enough for us to say that they're all working together? He's got himself, he's got Dumas, he's got Dulce.
For the life of me, I can't think of who else they were working with, so I feel like we got to know what the Browns one is. And I grab one and I say, "Don't worry, I'm sure I'll be fine. I know it's like trying to put, too much beef in the 7-layer burrito, but honestly, I got a lot of empty space up there."
Snatch it away from you. Because it's my turn, I suppose.
You don't have to, Duncan.
I think we need to.
Duncan, I promise I can handle it. Look at me.
I mean,
Okay,
if you want
I
to
don't
look
think-
at the silver one.
I don't
Alright,
think you guys have to fight. We can watch more if you really want.
I give it back to him then, because it seems like it's really important to you, Ori. So here you go.
Which bronze one?
A recent one.
There's only about
As
10.
recent as I can find.
Okay, the most recent.
Right. Tie it up, bud. I put it in front of Duncan.
Head off then.
Yeah.
Rabbit goes under the hole. You find yourself sitting. You're sitting on a very comfortable chair in what looks like a bedroom around you. You're looking straight down, so you can't really tell, but it's definitely a bed to your left. Comfortable furs on the floor. You're in your nightgown. You're very nice. You feel good. But you're very worried. From across the room you hear, "Sweetheart, what are you doing?" Without looking up, tomorrow's going to be a bad day. Hard work? No, I have to go to a inspection. You get up and you walk to the edge of the room. You put on boots. Hey, buddy. You put on boots. Are you leaving?
Bronze is Lincoln.
Are you leaving? Yes, sorry. I'll be back in an hour. I need to check in. What do you mean, check in? You turn around finally, and you see Andrew Dean. With my superiors. Fine.
No, thank you.
It's so late, though. I'm sorry.
It's on your side, honey.
You walk out the door. And before you leave entirely, there's a person with very nice armor. You would recognize him as an Aedenian captain. Just waiting at the front door. You've gotten dressed in what can only be described as like a disguise of somebody local. How is the hunt for the people who hurt the glitz? Not going well, sir. We haven't found them. Triple your efforts. That is an order from above. You walk out the door. That's the end.
It's Lincoln time.
Lincoln.
Hey there, Lincoln Horiental.
How was school today? Did you play with lots of kiddos?
He had a great day at school today. He did.
Mm-hmm.
Did
He
you learn long
played.
division?
Apparently, he's calling his. Oh God, you got so many boogers. Apparently, he's figuring out names of the other kids, so that's good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I whacked your nose. I'll never do
Do
it.
you have
again.
a
That's
best
not true. I'll
friend
do
now?
it again tomorrow. You would just blow your own nose. Grumble
Never
face.
touch another man's booger.
I was saving it for later, Dad.
Okay. Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye? Oh, God. It's just...
Just gonna walk all over us, doll. You just did it.
It's okay. Say goodnight. Night-night. Love you, buddy. All right. Okay, I'm back.
Yours was the low voice of the two.
Yes.
My voice was the low voice of the two. Okay. All right, so
The Blackthorn voice.
I think, yeah.
So what did you say again? He was looking for people who hurt the what?
That was us. That hurt the glitz.
Right.
That was us. Yep.
Do you remember when you did that?
No.
Well, you weren't there.
Oh, okay.
This is when the boys decided to go off on their own and have a grand adventure.
Whatever happened to Shitlicker? Or Shitkicker, whatever his name was.
Who knows?
Did we kill him?
Nope.
He's the big bad evil genius.
Let me just knock that off the list for you. No.
Okay, so now we've got the Blackborn. Is bronze.
Yeah, he was working with them.
Confirm was being dominated.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, definitely had the markings all over his bones.
I'm just going to say it out loud. It may not be what everyone wants to hear because I know that we felt like Aedrys was a friend. But I'm pretty sure Aedrys is the mastermind behind all of this shit. The way he was talking to Dumas does not, in that scene that I saw, does not make me believe that Dumas was in charge by any means.
Dumas kind of just seems to be more of a agent of chaos.
Keep in mind, Bagby, though, Jamal was the one eating all of the food. And the scene that you should... Okay.
Yeah, Dumas was eating the food, but he also wasn't coming up with a plan. He was asking questions of what's the plan?
It's
what
true.
are we doing?
Yes.
Who saw the Dumas one?
Me.
Bagby.
Was there any significance that he was eating the food?
I mean, I don't know. From what I could feel, it was like he was full, but he felt or knew that he needed to keep eating. It was like a need, not a I'm being a gluttonous a-hole. It was like he needed to feed.
That has something to do with his passenger? Like,
Maybe.
they require more sustenance than a normal person would?
He seems very thin and gaunt. I have a feeling that his possession has maybe affected his appetite in some way. If he had come into my store, I would have prescribed him something to help him eat more.
Or the back pain.
It can help two things.
Well, I guess we've got silver left if you're still willing to do that one, Duncan. I'm guessing that's Jenny.
Right.
Are there any before like the 17 years ago?
For that one? For silver?
Yeah.
No, there are none before 14 years ago.
Okay.
these do seem to be people that were all either in cahoots or under the influence of the grand scheme.
How far
My-
back do the other ones go?
Green, which you have deduced as Dulce, goes back 14 years. No, goes back 6 years. Goes back 6 years, but there's not many of them.
Okay.
Bronze, which you have deduced as Blackborn, only goes back. It's all within the same year.
Mm-hmm.
Dumas goes back 3 years.
It seems like a reasonable assumption that the silver one is Jenny, but the question that is lingering in my mind is, is she a part of this? Does she know
So
what's
many,
going
Morgan.
on, or is she being manipulated?
I think that's an important question to find out.
Pinky's out.
Aye. May your heart be light and happy. May your smile be big and wide. May there be a coin in your pocket and a friend by your side. Lady Umberlee's name.
Ramen.
Hallelujah.
Right. I suppose I better put one of those memories around my finger then.
Yep.
But let's be strategic about this. Which one should I mean, what do I want to know?
You would be able to tell just from looking at it, there's way less in recent years.
Right.
In the early years of it, there's a lot of them. And as the years go on, there's less and less and less and less and less.
Do we want to know what the most recent one is to get a sense of what the relationship was like? I mean, now as opposed to then?
I think that would probably be our best bet in determining if Jenny's kind of a casualty of this or a willing participant.
Right.
I agree. And if we don't get much out of it, I'm comfortable doing another one.
Let's do the most recent one then. Hand it to Bagby to tie around my finger.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Cars.
Fuck.
You
Why,
get a-
Duncan?
You get a +3, then, well, probably
Oh.
don't need it.
18 plus 3 then. 21.
21. Fantastic. Okay.
Okay, I know you hear the puppy outside.
Okay. You are going to be taking damage from this, Duncan. He is gone for 5 seconds. Duncan, you are gone for 6 days.
Shit.
You are, in fact, Jenny. I'm going to speed this up. For 6 days, you are Jenny. And I'm not thinking... And it's not you're Duncan and you're Jenny. Every part of you, because it's now a memory of yours. You are Jenny for 6 days. You are breaking up with Bufta. You're thinking about it. You're about to do it. You've sent a letter to your dad. The type of letter that Lyra has and that Nitma has. You take a few hours, have some drinks, work up the liquid courage. Go down, do the deed. You're staying in that lighthouse bar thing on an upper level somewhere. He doesn't take it well. He is a mess. Snot, tears, the whole nine. Somebody says something casual about him crying so much and he beats them to death in the middle of the bar. You don't care about the person he killed. in the slightest. The letter you sent to your dad was, I'm breaking up with Bufta. You're right. I'm sorry. That's it. You can't help but think something's going to happen. You stay up all night. You're sitting out on a balcony on the lighthouse, waiting. Outside of Bufta's room. Sure enough, you hear somebody walking around, well after he's clearly passed out. You open the window. You sneak in. Aedrys is standing over him, casting some sort of spell. You're furious. You stop him. Silently, you drag him outside. Luckily, Bufta is so wasted, he doesn't hear any of this. You argue. Tell him to get the hell out of your life. You just told him as a courtesy. He doesn't get to do anything. He acknowledges he overreacted. You take the boat back to Aedrys the next day, the two of you. You have a good few days. He cooks. You shop. He tells bad jokes. You pretend to laugh. Every time you ask, and you ask often, he tells you stories of Genevieve. On the last day, Dumas comes to see him. Before they whisk away to whatever bullshit meeting they just your dad just lied about, he tells you, why don't you go back to work? This always confused you. You know he hates your work. You know he hates that you're a criminal. He hates that you kill people. He hates that you steal. But he was always fully fine with sending you away. When you were younger, you thought it was because he didn't love you. Now that you're older, you're aware it's not that. But you don't know what it is. So you leave. But before you do, you tell him to spin this memory so that you never leave it. So you never not have it. He begs Dumas to let him do it. Dumas says, that's fine. Go upstairs. It takes only a few seconds. And that's the end.
How do I feel while I'm in Aedrys?
While you're in Aedrys,
Right.
you're sick the entire time. You always equate it to a flu versus that time of the month. You don't want to eat stuff, but you need to. You always have a headache. You don't know why. Sometimes they're better than others, and sometimes you get up from sitting down, then you have to sit back down immediately.
Right.
Every part of you is achy, and you hate it.
Right.
In our time, go along with.
Duncan, he's gone 5 seconds. Duncan, you take 39 damage.
Oofta.
I fall to the ground and I'm retching.
Yeah, I would immediately run over there and use lay on hands. I only have 17 points left, though. So that's all that I can heal.
I would use Balm of the
Both of his
Summer
eyes are bloodshot. His all of the veins on his forehead and temple are poked out and throbbing.
I slap him away. No, don't touch me. Oh,
Easy, Duncan, it's us.
Jenny, I'm Jenny. No,
You're Duncan.
not. I'm Duncan.
Shit, how long were you in there?
Where? Where are we right now?
We're in Aedrys's attic. With the threads, remember?
I think you took too long of one, bud.
How long was I? How long was I in? Where was I? I was
You were
Jenny.
gone about,
I
you were
was
gone about
Jenny.
5 seconds. What'd you see?
I tell him everything I saw.
He sits down and has quite the conversation, telling you a very long story.
Holy crap gaskets. That is a lot of noodle to thread into, well, your noodle.
Does it feel right when she's in the Dana guard? It just feels like it feels wrong.
Sounds like Hollowell was right about her being the key.
Aye. And she knew about the memories, the threads and things. She asked for him to take that one.
She wanted someone to see it.
I think she just wanted to remember it. Like it's not all the time that she has good memories.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I don't know how much she's involved in this. I mean, I don't think she's involved, right?
From what you told us, it doesn't sound like it.
But she does miss. Well, she never knew her mum.
And Aedrys has been feeding her stories, convincing her that this is the right thing to do.
Aye.
It's pretty fucking awful.
So what do we do? What do we do then?
You know, for starters, hold still a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and use 3d6 of the Balm of the Summer Court.
36. Okay.
No, 3d6. Yeah, okay.
I know.
You know. All right, that's a 9 plus 3. So that heals you another 12.
Right.
As Ori's healing Duncan, I'd kind of like pull off my gauntlet a little bit to look at the golden tattoo that I got, basically. And I say, I think I understand a little bit more why Aedrys is doing this. I don't agree with him, mind you. I don't think I can hate him.
Hey, I'm not sure what you're getting at here, but I got it.
I, I, I think the only way we stop this is to put Aedrys in the ground.
Well, certainly he won't be swayed from his motivation. I agree with you on that one. And as far as understanding why he did it, I mean, yeah, whatever. But he's killing a lot of people and doing a lot of awful things to do it. I don't think that can be forgiven.
I never said anything about forgiving him.
Okay, well, yeah.
Just that I kind of understand doing the wrong things for the right reason.
Ah. Right.
But you're right. Like everybody, he's responsible for his actions. Well, now that we've proven he is, in fact, responsible for his actions.
Would seem so.
I think. Does anyone disagree that that has to be the outcome with Aedrys at this point?
I hate it. I really hate it, but I agree.
I just hope we don't have to take Jenny down to get to him. But we might have to do that.
This is a long shot that there would ever be an opportunity. What are the chances that we could bring some of the memories with us that might convince her that what's being done is wrong?
Got to assume they'll travel quite well, but it's getting her to put them on their finger. That's the hard part.
Jenny never really struck me as a reason over feeling sort of person.
True. No. I can pack some away in my satchel just in case.
Well, I think we need to bring him anyway for evidence.
Right.
People aren't going to take our word for it necessarily. They see something like this, then we have some backup on it. So I look for a safest way to keep this and also keep the threads in the order that they are in a way to travel with them.
I mean, I have several bags. I could arrange my bags in a line, and we could put all of the earliest, the middle, and the most recent in 3 separate bags.
That is an option. You also have if you're cool with the threads getting a little moist,
All right.
you technically have.
I was waiting to bring that up. We
Probably
can label them. Just
probably
label each one of them. There's got to be some, I don't know, a sticky somethings we can write on.
I got to go back upstairs. I'm sorry, guys. I have to. He's losing his mind.
I think we should keep the threads dry.
We get them. We get like a Sharpie or something like that.
Well, we probably don't need to take them all, do we?
We probably don't need to take them all, and we probably don't need to take them with us on all of our travels. We can always keep them at the house with Herschel.
I just know that we can't leave them here.
We can't leave them here, no.
Is it possible Aedrys can track them at all?
Potentially.
Maybe we don't want to leave them at our house then. Assuming they don't already know where it is.
I mean, Herschel could like possess him and suck out his soul and do all of the weird, creepy things that ghosts do.
Be the best way to end this campaign.
Is it death by Herschel?
Death by Herschel.
Guys, by Herschel's hand. I think we've made the plan.
We show up to the house and Herschel's like, yeah, he came here about a week ago. He's starting to smell.
I vaporized him. I can't do that accent. Scared them half to death.
It is getting a bit ripe. Getting a bit ripe in here.
I don't know what y'all think is in the box. The white's moist. I mean, it's not like it's, you know, bodily fluids or anything like that. It's just moist in there.
It's
just
seawater, yeah.
It's just seawater. It's all it is.
I think we're all aware of that intellectually. It's still off-putting.
I can't help but think of sweat.
That's not what it is, though. It's not that.
Right.
Like crotch sweat.
No, look, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Like sweat, baby sexist drought.
Seawater is all it is. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Did he just lick his finger after putting it in the wet box?
Yeah, sure did.
God fucking damn it.
It's just seawater. That's all it is.
Yeah, salty liquid. I don't know if you just want to throw that in your mouth haphazardly.
It's fine.
Warm, salty liquid.
That sounds like sweat to me.
Yep.
Crucible, you don't know what sweat is. Crucible, you don't sweat.
Whoa.
Smells like sweat to me.
The whole ocean is your grandma's sweat?
Ugh.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that.
No.
I was trying to phrase it a little better than that.
No.
I never thought that maybe it's fluids from my grands.
And you
never
just licked
thought
it.
of that.
All right. So we need to figure out how to transport these threads here. So we can go with the sweaty bag, or we can go with Bagby's bag.
Whether it's sweat or not, Bagby's bags probably have less moisture in them. So I vote Bagby's bags.
Bagby?
Hey, that's how we're transporting it. Where are we going to take it to? We're saying we don't have to take it all the way with us. We want Herschel to keep track of it.
We'll take. I say we take everything to to keep under Herschel's watchful care, and we bring with us only a couple memories that might help sway Jenny.
Right, but what memories? Are you going to comb through them? Considering I almost just one-shot Duncan?
The ones that we already looked at that were
Okay.
damning what her father was doing.
I would definitely lobby for the one where he straight up murdered an old lady in the woods.
Gonna take one. That would be the only one.
And the one of Dumas and him in the lighthouse. That one's pretty damning because they're conspiring, and he's talking about he sent her away so she wouldn't be a problem. So like those two.
Right.
Okay.
How different would this campaign be, Mike, if we were using sending like 4 or 5 times a day, like in Sunday?
Oh, pretty different. I have a feeling somebody would have cell phoned Aedrys at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I'd just call him to fuck with him at this point.
He'd
Like
answer
answer
too. You guys know Aedrys well enough. He'd answer. He'd pick up. You're like, "What's up? How you doing?"
All right, so I think we're gathering up the thread. Bagby's going to take special care with the one we saw of Aedrys and the one we saw of Dumas, right? That sound correct to everyone?
They go in a special bag, Bagby. What does the special bag look like?
I will move some of my like pocket snacks into a different bag. And they will go in my purple velvet bag that looks like a Crown Royal bag.
Nice. What obviously doesn't have Crown Royal on it, but does it have like an insignia?
Yeah, it's the first bag that I stole on the very first episode.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that has
Actual-
embroidery on it.
Actual Crown Royal.
Nice.
Nice callback to the first episode of Krasden.
Hell yeah.
That has never been mentioned again. That bag.
Hell yeah.
Does
They
anybody,
end up wrapped around a felted gummy bear.
anybody have any pocket bacon? I ran out, and I'm really hungry, and feeling kind of winded.
I don't have pocket bacon, but I have some of these roasted potatoes.
Wait a minute.
I also have a slice of lasagna from last night in one of these bags. Anybody want that one?
Excuse me while I Google how
Are
long
you
roasted potatoes.
Dunkening right now? Are you dunkening right now?
I have lots of bags. I want to fill them with things, and sometimes I get hungry on the road, and we don't always get the best vegetarian options.
What you're doing is you're just. Do you remember when that heathen would put pizza rolls in his fucking cargo shorts in one of these campaigns? Do you remember that shit?
I was not your friend at that point in time.
Were you? You weren't in. You were in that.
Pre-me. That was pre-me.
I may
Which
not
he-
have said it, but I've mined each time me stealing food anytime we've been eating.
Mhm.
It ended up somewhere.
So it's
This is a
so
through line
weird.
with several characters now that I think about
It's
it. I'm pretty
so
sure.
weird.
Like, yeah, Horde did this, and I think Monkey did this, and
I
Now-
remember Monkey ever stealing food, but I mean, he liked to eat food, but I don't think he put it in his pockets.
well,
Right?
not like necessarily stealing, but kind of pilfering. Like if there was free food out, he would take extra for later.
It really upsets me that the most put together character you've ever had, the most like sane put together adult human being, was from the Cyberpunk campaign in which everything else is fucking fucked up. All right, okay, continue. Let's.
I think we're gonna, unless we have any more business here, I think we're gonna head to Herschel's or our place.
Your play. Oh, it's Herschel's place now. Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
he's on the tax form. I mean, for legal reasons.
that's an old ass tax form.
Helps us a lot with the bills that he's dead.
All right. Yes, you leave Aedrys's place. You know how to get there. I'm not going to.
As we walk out of the lighthouse, I say, "Are we still wanted?" Or did that get cleared up?
I believe our friend Andy took care of that.
Oh, okay, that's
Took
right.
care of that.
All right. You head there?
I keep forgetting. Is Andrew Adine the prince or the king?
Prince.
Prince.
Heir apparent.
Heir
If
apparent.
it's of importance.
Sounds
Yeah.
As
You
we're walking there,
okay?
Bagby.
Hmm.
So, remember when I was telling you what Jenny did, sending that letter to Aedrys like that?
Mm-hmm.
Did we already know that Aedrys had the ability to send and receive letters like that? Like the same way that, that your grand does?
Jenny sent the letter.
And we
And-
didn't know that, did we?
No, we didn't know that they could send letters like that.
So,
That either one of them had that ability.
what did I see when she sent the letter? Where did she put it?
There is a small writing desk somewhere in a room in that lighthouse in Aura.
Because they have to, they can't take that with them, right? So, that disc. I mean, it's in Aura then.
Mm-hmm.
So Hollowell did that for Kira, though, right? Or Lyra?
Hollowell
Excuse
did it for Lyra and my grandma. Maybe that's Genevieve's.
Right.
Like if each member of the Rite had a home base that was placed for their letters, maybe that was Genevieve's tower.
Right.
Or I think that's proof that Aedrys knows how to do what Hollowell does.
But he didn't have tools until he murdered Hollowell.
He didn't have tools to affect the box. It doesn't mean he couldn't do other things that Hollowell could do.
I thought Hollowell said she needed those specific tools in order to build that type of letter.
Is that right?
She
I
did
don't
say
remember.
that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
Definitely,
maybe I'm totally wrong.
Definitely, we should ask something about Hollowell about it next time we see her. If every member of the Rite had their own desk in their own homes, then it's kind of weird because like I never got any letters from my dad.
And
Well-
Joe, you get actively in trouble every time you leave and don't talk to Josiah.
Yeah, so clearly she has no similar thing. Otherwise, she'd just send me a letter. Speaking of which, she's in a town where she could send me a letter.
And maybe that's why Josiah doesn't have her own desk in the same town as.
Might bring that up next time she gives me shit about leaving
Yeah,
town.
she's too busy with all the strange.
Probably.
She can't call you first. That's just a sign of weakness.
I do think that regardless of who made Jenny's thing, Aedrys was very confident that he could make the handle
Mm-hmm.
in the memories. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I think they're only missing the fire at this point.
The other thing that stood out to me in your telling of your story, Duncan, is that she sent the letter and Aedrys was there in Aura hours later. That's not the trip you make in hours time.
It is.
Oh.
If he's got a nice of a fast boat, he could make it there fairly quickly.
You have heard him say he hates sailing, but it is like an hour and a half, 2 hours via a decent boat.
True. In my mind, for some reason, I just assumed that he just kind of appeared there.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was out on the balcony watching for shit to go down, and she didn't see him go into the building. She didn't have any inclination that he was even in Aura until she heard the rustling outside of Bufta's room. Do we think that Aedrys can teleport? And if he can, why is he not using it right now?
Maybe it's only a one-person thing.
Never known anyone to teleport that far away, unless it's like some type of circle magic.
Norm.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Norm does do that, doesn't he?
It's like Norm's whole thing. Hey, Joe, your laundry's done.
That would
Oh,
be
me.
Okay.
my dishes are done.
Okay.
They play a song when they're done. I didn't know.
Sounded like a jaunty pirate tune.
So you're telling me the dishes do a song and it's not Be Our Guest? What kind of bullshit is that?
I know. Whatever.
It's called copyrights.
LG missed an opportunity to partner with Disney there.
So what I'm hearing here then is that if Aedrys, it's possible then that he can do lots of things that everyone else could do. Like he learned how to do it over time or something like that. Or perhaps he, stole the powers in some way. Because if he can do, what Oris Da can do, and he can do what Hollywell can do, and he can do other things as well.
He's a lot
And-
more powerful than we initially thought.
Right?
Powerful than we initially thought.
Right?
I'm still not sure he can teleport though.
He
I feel
might
like
not.
he'd be using that one more if he could. But I hadn't considered that he can kind of steal people's abilities. That does sound like something an illusion wizard would do.
You did spend a lot of time studying with the original right. Well, the last right.
On our
Study
way,
was one of your favorite things to do.
there, I grabbed some street food because I'm a bit hungry then.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Something sweet. Oh, maybe they have some of those delicious fruits then.
Duncan, roll perception. All you can see is that they have avocado toast.
Right, avocado toast then. Fine. Begbie, would you like some avocado toast?
Yes.
I mean, there's a fried egg on it as well, but yeah.
Yes.
You're really pigeonholing him here with the last couple episodes, or should I say, eggs in the pigeonholing.
All right, Patrick, I need you to kick Phil from the Zoom call.
I can mute him temporarily.
Time out.
You can't silence the truth.
I can put him in the waiting room for a while.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I heard a click. Oh, right. I forgot how Bagby eats.
She's a goblin. We all forget that Bagby is a goblin.
Those goblins be goblin. I'm going to see you guys later.
Channeling Phil there or what?
Yeah, I don't know. He did it. Him and I, we talk a lot.
I would buy
Pretty
some
close
avocado
friends.
toast with eggs on it, and I would pick off the eggs and eat the eggs, and give the toast to anybody that wants it.
You're just eating avocado?
No, I eat the eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Avocado with the toast.
I mean, a proper fried egg on top of
Yeah.
avocado. Come on.
I just want protein.
There's protein in avocados, by the way. I guess that means Bagby and Joe, you can also roll perception since you sat there and ate some stuff for a second. Yeah, fuck it, everybody. Who gives a shit?
I am pretty tuckered out though. So, god damn it, there's another 20, but nope. Like 5.
9.
I need to remember. Gentleman's 26.
Jesus Christ, Phil.
What does gentleman's mean in that context, Phil?
Testicles.
Non-critical.
Okay.
Frog.
This is Hugo's new toy
Why aren't you cuddling with Hugo instead of Frog?
because Hugo brought me the frog.
It's a sock monkey that's a frog.
Sock Froggy.
Yep.
Ori.
He's upset.
When you notice when everyone stops to get food and they're excited about the food, except for Crucible, who could not care less. Crucible, could you gesture to all the fucks you give about the avocado toast? Okay, there you go.
Crucible's running calculations on how much time we waste.
I mean, I'm not super absorbed by it. I did have a pocket potato.
Got a pocket potato? You happy to see me?
Neither?
Please go on.
Ori, you notice that you have been noticed, and somebody is clearly like watching you. They're not talking to anybody else. They're not looking super shifty, and in fact, this person looks kind of harmless. There's a way to say it. Like they look young and clean. You know what I mean? but
So clean, clean.
they clearly know who you are, but you don't recognize them. But they're like trying to be like oh, I'm just hanging out.
Hey, folks. Glad that most of you guys are enjoying that toast there. I don't think it's cause for an alarm, but I think we're being watched. Actually, I'm pretty confident we're being watched. And I would, actually, and I'd be like, and I would just kind of turn and wave at the person watching us.
The person loses all sense of cool, gets incredibly surprised, and like tries to hide behind the food stall that they're standing next to.
Yeah, that guy.
Looking over there, I'd be like, "Hey, buddy, can we help you?" Kind of peering around the store.
Ori, do a product transaction. I'm sorry, what was that?
I would say, "Hey, buddy, can we help you?"
No. Yeah. Yes. Holds up like a folded letter. Here.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Immediately takes off running like the page from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Okay.
Cute kid.
And since Bagby is our leader, I hand the letter to Bagby.
You were cordially invited to a party, and it gives you an address.
We are cordially invited to a trap.
What?
I would prefer not to be.
Well, I mean, it's not signed, so yeah, it's obviously.
It is stamped at the bottom. That one.
Trogdor?
You've seen that before.
We are cordially invited to Trogdor's party.
It's this. It's the symbol. It's the symbol of the Baphomet cult.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that saves us the hassle of trying to find him.
Right.
You're gonna go?
I don't believe I was talking to you, random person on the street. Stop interrupting us.
My concern with going to this party is that they just unleash the gore and the silence on us, and we all die.
Silence we could probably do okay with now.
The
No,
silence? Or do you mean-
Yeah, if I make some more holy water.
I just don't know. I just don't know about going to the party. I feel like I have nothing to wear.
Where's it at?
Oh, like what's the address? Roughly, where is the address that was on it?
Survival? You would be able to know it's in District 4 immediately,
Okay.
but
Probably not getting this. Nope, definitely not getting this. 6. Gotta love exhaustion. I guess also, when is it?
tomorrow.
Yeah, was there time?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Although, investigation. Anybody looking at it?
Okay.
That's me. I'm included in anybody.
I'm an anybody.
21.
7.
Okay, to Bagby, you would notice that they did an attempt to make it look similar, but the date was drawn in pretty recently. Like that's more fresh ink, and the everything else has like been on there on the parchment for some time.
So, it looks like that little page delivery boy put the date in. He probably works for them. He's just been waiting for us.
They were waiting just for us to start the party?
Huh.
Wow.
No, right?
So if they expect us to show up tomorrow, then maybe we
Probably.
could go today and surprise them.
No, that's not a bad idea.
It's really rude to show up early, though. You know, like nothing's ever prepared. And...
Or it's not a real party then. It's just not a real party then. it's not a real one.
Also, Ori,
it
are
is-
we worried about social graces with a cult of people that's literally murdering people?
Yeah, if it actually is a party, it's probably along the lines of the last one we interrupted, where there were minotaurs eating people.
Tom Cruise
I
is
mean-
definitely there.
Like, I get that it's a trap, right? But I assume that there's actually like the facade of a party too, right? And if they're not prepared there, if there's nothing going on, there's nobody to catch in the.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. If we're trying to catch people there, will they be there today versus tomorrow?
Kind of sounds like a win-win.
We could go look. I'm just saying.
We could
Right?
look and then hide.
It's the same district as our hideout, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a very big district, though. I can show you the
Yeah.
map if you would like.
No, it's okay. I just want to make sure it was the same district. I thought it was. I think we should check in with Bo first. See if he has any info for us before we make any decisions.
That's a good call.
And yeah, we should definitely go back to home base, drop off the thread, talk to Bo, talk to Herschel. Hopefully, Vent goes away on business.
That's
You
my
mean
truck door drawn by
Francine?
Coach C.
Yeah, what was his name again?
Who?
Van Gogh's undercover name.
Oh,
Veronica.
Veronica with an I.
Yeah, Veronica.
Her name was Veronica.
Can you think of somebody that you, in your mind, hate more than that?
Yes. Readily.
Only if that person changed.
Okay,
their
that's
name.
not fair. Not counting any previous administration people.
I thought you were going to say not counting the people within the Zoom chat.
Whoa, that's not true. We all love each other. We're
Counting bars who put a beard on me today.
we're the six best friends that anyone could have. We're the six best friends that anyone could have. All right. So where do you go to find Bo? Just back to.
The house, I assume.
Okay.
I believe that's where he said he
You're
was
going to Herschel's house. It now has a big sign that says that on the front. Herschel's
Okay.
house. The
Still all boarded up and haunted.
Haunted house.
yes. Will literally scare you to death. Hey, look at that. Boom, Herschel. I kept him in here.
Quick question regarding Herschel.
Yeah.
Do we still have that guy there?
Oh, that's an excellent question that I'm not
Did
joking.
we ever deal with him?
I'm not joking. You need to just find out because I have a thing.
I don't think we ever did anything with him.
Nope, you didn't.
No,
Do you even remember that guy's name? Because I do.
No.
No.
It was some random dude that
His name's
King gave
Bob.
us from the attack.
right. It's Bob.
Oh God. Bob's our new ghost. Herschel's fucking recruiting.
Oh God. Oh God.
I hope that's the case.
Well, now I gotta find a fucking thing. God, dude. Fuck, no. I just...
Now it's just going to be a picture of Casper and his cousin Spooky.
Does Casper have a cousin? Is that true?
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't think it's Spooky.
There are like 3 of them.
He wore
Yeah,
this
what-
top
Three
hat.
of them?
Oh,
Yeah.
ghostly, yeah, the ghostly trio. The ghostly trio,
Ghosts
yeah.
Would bother him all the
They're
time.
all like douchebags.
The
as well?
ghostly trio,
They're
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Cousins, right?
They're cousins.
There's
I
also
think.
Spooky the tough little ghost.
I was right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He has a black
Spooky the-
nose for some reason.
The tough one, right?
The tough little ghost. Oh, and he has a little bowler hat. He has a little bowler hat. All right, you know what? Spooky. You're up.
Bob is no Spooky, the tough little ghost, except he wasn't very tough.
He wasn't tough at all. Never mind, Spooky. You deserve better. We'll find a place. We'll find a place later on.
FF, by the way.
Yes, tough, because nobody knew how to spell it.
He is just Casper with a bowler hat and a black nose.
He is.
And freckles.
And freckles.
Oh, he does have freckles.
That feels like it's probably slightly racist in some way. Like this is clearly a shot at the Irish. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say,
it's an old ass comic.
It was a different time.
It was 1953.
It was, like 2 weeks ago.
Patrick was a mere 19 years old.
We had comic books of it.
Yeah.
Bird, friendly ghost. Friendliest ghost you know.
Okay. You're back at your place. Hey, boys and girl.
Herschel!
Y'all forget Herschel's voice every time, don't you?
No, I tried to do it earlier while you were upstairs and I failed miserably.
How you been?
Not bad, I guess.
It's been interesting around here.
Sounds like you got a story then for us.
Not really. I just killed a man.
You killed the man?
Yeah. Bob helped me bury his body.
Oh, so Bob's still here then?
Oh yeah. Me and Bob are besties now.
What about Bob, guys?
Wait, it wasn't an older guy with long hair, was it, that you killed?
No.
Okay.
It was the mailman.
Oh. Well, we'll fucking teach the mailman a lesson, I guess.
Why are we getting mail?
Oh, you're right.
Everybody gets the new ballot.
Could you just start
Well, right. No, I don't know.
I really got Patrick.
Just came out of left field. And...
That's such a dumb character. All right.
So, Herschel, is there a guy like I described here? Bo would be his name.
Oh yeah, Bo's here. He's been here for sure. I'm afraid of that old man.
Probably a good call.
I came down and I tried to do my. Hey, I'm Herschel. He stabbed the fuck out of me.
I told him you live here.
I've been trying to tell him. Of course, it's been all wavy like over the wind from a room over. Maybe not the best communication method.
Well, this has been fun.
Much fun. Oh my.
God forbid I insert some dumb comedy in the end of this.
No, you're good.
We're going to put a few things in a room. They're going to look like little spools of thread. Do not let anybody touch them.
I won't let a single person touch them.
Don't let any extra ghosts touch them.
Oh no! Where that mailman went, he's not coming back.
Oh, so we went to like some sort of like peaceful afterlife.
No.
Can we try something, Herschel?
Yes.
Do you have the ability to go like corporeal? Are you like a poltergeist where you can move shit and touch?
Oh yeah. How do you
Okay.
think I checked the mail?
I'm going to need you to try and tie a piece of this string around your corporeal finger.
Okay.
I'll hand him one of the silver.
You only have 2 if you remember
Mhm.
properly.
Yeah,
And-
I'll hand him the other one that Duncan didn't view.
The one that Duncan didn't view.
Wait, just to clarify, we took all the thread, but we took 2 that we're going to keep to talk to Jenny about, right?
Yeah, the ones that we were going to give to Jenny were one from Aedrys and one from.
But you technically took all of the thread.
Yeah, we put all the
I
thread
think
in
that's
there.
what we agreed, right?
Okay, so what you randomly grab a silver thread and give it to him?
To tie around his corporeal finger.
Okay.
Sorting those is going to be.
Oh, it's delightful! Daddy bought me ice cream! What a lovely day! We went to the park, and I met some of my friends. Why do I feel sick? I hate this! Take it back!
Gentlemen, I believe I found our record keeper.
Oh my god.
As you see, Herschel can't die again. So he can just watch all of the threads.
I feel like there's some ethical issues here. But
There might be some ethical,
Yeah.
He can't die again!
just tormenting a soul.
Hey, if it gets us information, it gets us information.
My
Alright,
God.
Well, I wander
Wow,
off
you're a
to go
great
try to
spy
find
master.
Bo.
I am a great spy master.
I also would be looking for Bo. I feel like I would be mildly curious.
You head back to the kitchen. He's just literally cooking. He's actually cleaned a lot of the first floor of the house, from what you can tell. This place is looking pretty good. There's a smell of wood varnish. He's trying to refinish some of it. Like I mean, when you guys met him, he's a busybody, right? And he got here, and when he had downtime, all of a sudden,
Retirees, you know, sometimes they just can't stop.
he found the local Ace Hardware, and he just couldn't fucking stop himself.
Oh, that looks quite nice in here. You did a fine job, Bo.
Oi! Oh, it's good to see you. Come here. Hugs all around. It's good timing. I just started on the soup.
Soup, then?
Aye, I have to put a little bit more in. Who wants to cut? Bagby, you're up.
Yeah?
Bagby, you're cutting. Need more aromatics. And I'll take out a bit more of this here lamb.
So, Bo, you have done a fantastic job at the place.
Aye, I've been a bit lazy, but that's nice of you. There.
Made a lovely home, Bo. Made a lovely home.
Blanket.
There it is.
One might say that we have a lovely home.
The shite spirit that's hiding from me kept it in a terrible spot. I've been trying. Come in here, you fuck!
Yeah, we mostly kept him around for security purposes, not really cleaning.
Oh yeah, he is about just security. Like having a small dog in your home. Oh, it's great. What are they gonna do, lick him to death? Bob's almost dead, by the
Probably,
way.
yeah, that's probably what he'll do to somebody.
He wasn't eating much. I'm working on it.
Oh, who? Bob?
Bob.
How's he doing?
Doesn't leave his room much, or speak. Herschel fucked him up, but there's a catatonic person that lives here somewhere in the basement. Just saying. You all did that. I've heard the story.
Yeah. We got an invite to a party, by the way.
Hey. Wouldn't mind a bit of booze and the swaggering. No, and that is probably not something we want to go to, is it?
Well, I mean, the people there want to murder us, but it's somewhat convenient because we want to murder them too.
That's the address.
Yeah. Bagby, what was the address?
I tell him.
That's where Ivanka's been working. It's a speakeasy of sorts. Big ass manor, but nobody technically lives there.
Well, what a complete not not coincidence at all.
A coincidence? Fuck yourself. We've been doing work while you were gone.
No, just saying that it's such a coincidence that that place is where it sent us the invite. Yeah.
Hey, suppose so.
But yeah, we just happened not long after us wandering into town. There was a courier nervous about giving us the message.
Oh yeah, they're all posh bitches. It's not. They're not a good group. Or scary. I walked by once, and they called the guards. I walked by.
Hey, Duncan.
Aye.
Do you think you could chart a path underground to that speakeasy?
Should be all right. It's just the first level. I should be
I
able to
wonder-
do that.
I wonder if they are guarding the underground as much as they're probably guarding the above ground.
They're probably hiding forces underground.
I would say that's probably where the Minotaurs are.
I pull out the map and I lay it out on the clean table.
I use the cutting board over there.
Right.
This is all dirty. You roll it out. Go ahead and roll investigation, Duncan. Investigate. I know what the skill says.
Investigating it, my best roll, but here we go. I'll take that.
Yeah. That's 20. It's not natural, but it's good.
It's almost a natural 19 because I've only got one in investigation.
You roll. You've had the map rolled up since you last looked at it.
Aye.
You roll it back out, and you notice that there's another page moved towards the eastern side of the map. This one was like 3 pages deep. You actually recognize it. It was just below, and you recognize it because it was just below the general. The building, the general. You remember looking at the general after the attack on.
Aye.
It's not directly to the east, but it's in that area now. You also know that there is probably access there. It lists it as a staircase, a hallway into a staircase. I mean, it doesn't tell you anything, but it lists it as a hallway into a staircase at exactly where that address would be.
I point to it right here then. It's a hallway, there's a staircase, and it goes right here. And I draw out with my finger how we get there from here. That would take us there.
A little bit of a winding trip, but not crazy.
Hopefully we don't have to wade through too many shit rivers.
Too many shit rivers. My new blues album.
Of course it is all shit river down there, so,
Well, but there's like elevated areas that's
Right.
more shit adjacent than actual shit river.
Shit adjacent. That's my punk album.
Mitch McConnell is currently hoping that everyone views him as shit adjacent.
Right. Yeah, and he's not firmly in the middle of that shit river. Paddling up a storm.
He's
really,
trying.
he's up the mountain. He's the source. He's where like the shit caps melt and then form.
Bars listed as sewage Venice.
There you go. I'm kind of thinking we should go tomorrow. Personally, I wouldn't mind resting a little bit.
Right.
I'm kind of tired. That's my own fault. I'm aware. But what time is the invitation for?
Evening. It just says evening.
I mean, we could always show up early.
We could always go the under sewer route in the morning and see what we can see and then show up early to the destination up top.
Yeah, if it's too heavily guarded or something.
Okay, sounds great. Bugby. Don't know if you'll eat the soup. There's a bit of lamb in it, but I did make mashed potatoes.
I'll have the mashed potatoes, and then I have some leftover lasagna from last night.
Aye. You all have a delightful lamb stew that Bo makes. Carrots, onions, celery, also all the aromatics.
Is it a hero's feast?
I mean, it'd be kind of, yeah, kind of.
Bo is not a magician in a way
No.
that he could cast the spell Hero's Feast. I just wanted the buffs.
Is that true?
Yeah, Hero's Feast is like a 5th level spell or something.
Yeah, it's a very badass spell that gives many a buff.
Okay, no. He does have noted proficiency in cooking, though. So it's probably excellent. Because if I'm going to make an NPC that hangs out with you guys all the time, it's going to have a fucking noted proficiency. Cooking.
Let's be honest, it's going to be the cook.
Yeah. I like being the cook for the party. It's true.
I would like to, if we're just kind of chilling for the rest of the night, I would like to use the last of the silver that I got from the drow. If you guys remember, I got a bunch of silver from them.
You did.
And I just like to make as much holy water as I can. I currently have 4 spell slots. I imagine I probably have enough silver for 4.
Sure. We'll count it, and we'll call that the end.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep, that seems very fair. I will delete that item.
Yeah, the rest of the evening is relaxing in the house. Bo's not only done a good job up top, he hasn't cleaned out all the stuff, but all the public spaces and a few of the bedrooms. I mean, he at least cleaned it. He cleaned it.
I'm gonna open one of the larger, closet spaces that he has cleaned. I'm gonna look inside and say, oh, "It's the most beautiful bedroom I've ever seen." And I run in and I grab a bunch of pillows and I make my own bedroom in a closet, and I close the door.
I cleaned it out because of that. I couldn't imagine. I think, best I could tell, that's a loft apartment for her.
There's no sky in here. I love it.
I also put one of them.
A little bit.
I also put in one of them one of those running wheels for the gerbils, just in case.
I don't know how she'll take that, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose.
Oh, the nice thing I've seen yet so far is the fact I can buy anything I want when I wander around town.
Did you put a gym in here?
Aye.
Let's say yes.
You have
Sort of a different
made it
term.
onto permanent friend list.
It's also got the resistance bands for this. It's just rubber bands I got from the newspapers. I just glued them to the sides.
She seems happy.
Aye. That's the goal.
Aye.
I just hope she doesn't burn it down. I could only find a full-size lantern.
I can see in the dark. I don't need it. Thank you.
All right. That's the rest of the evening. Next morning, you wake up.
Yay, benefits of long rest.
Whoever's up first.
Probably me.
Yeah. You see Bob, but for a second.
Hi, Bob.
As soon as you talk to him, he darts his face at you and scurries into the shadows, disappearing.
I think Bob might be a vampire spawn.
Fucking Smeagol.
Ooh.
You all get long rest. Joe, you're back to being able to row like a regular person.
Was my rowing in particular?
Rolling.
Oh, he said row.
Get through the slurred speech, you jackass.
I don't think it was slurred speech. I think you guys are idiots. The
Well, it can be both.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Bo's up making pancakes. Banana pancakes. Because he's discovered bananas.
Making pancakes, making nana pancakes.
I would help because I always forget I have proficiency with cook utensils. So I'm going to use that.
We're losing Chad quickly.
It's true. It's so true.
All right.
Right.
After you all eat, do you head out immediately?
Did Vanko come back at all, or is he like?
You have not
Bo-
seen Vanko.
Bo is Vanko like staying at that place, or has he been coming back here?
Been gone longer and longer. I think he's getting a little lost in the plot, if that makes sense.
Oh no, do you think he's becoming one of them?
He picked a very, nice form.
Ew.
Hey. I think he's doing well, if you know what I mean.
Ew.
I hope I don't know what you mean.
Hey.
These pancakes are great.
I always felt like I recognized her. The one he picked. Raven hair, short.
Please,
Big
no
old
more
boobs.
Uncle Bo.
Wait.
Does
What
Michael look like
did
Italy?
form off of?
I don't know what an Italy is.
That was Laura.
Okay.
DM.
He describes Italyn.
Oh God.
Which does mean he has to have met her once.
Yeah.
I don't like that very much.
Well, to be fair, anytime you see Idolin from this point on, you can't trust her either way.
I won't know, will I?
What if Venko was Idolin though?
I don't want to hear that at all. None of it.
Let's go search the sewers.
That seems less disgusting. You're right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You find yourself in, oh, that made me happy. You find yourself in the sewers, making your way through the city.
Oh, I forgot how bad it smelled down here.
Bo and Herschel are not there. Get rid of them. It does not take you long, maybe half an hour, to get to the place you need to get. A little bit of winding paths and whatnot. It all looks the same. But you find it. Approaching, you see light ahead.
Bagby,
Hmm.
how close do you think you can get up there without being seen?
Well, let me just quickly cast Pass Without a Trace. And I could always, bamf up to a shadow.
So I will cast pass without trace, and I will kind of poof up to a closer shadow behind a wall, like how the wall juts out a little bit in the picture. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll perception when you get closer, Bagby. Also stealth.
Okay. So stealth is 29.
Okay.
And perception is a 22.
Okay, great job. You are sitting there, and you're basically seeing. It looks kind of like a loading dock. Coming from the other direction down the tunnel you haven't used, there's a few wagons being hand-pulled. There's a lot of kegs of something. Could be wine, beer, whatever. It doesn't matter. Right? Sitting upon there, and you see a few workers going back and forth.
I will poof back to the group and tell them what I saw. It looks like workers bringing in supplies for the party, kegs of things.
Does beg the question.
Kegs, you said, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any poison?
No.
You got any rotting, soaked fruit in your bag, Duncan?
If I'm good to be honest, I'm going to say probably. Probably do. Right.
Well, I guess there's always a chance that this doesn't go into the party, though. It could go out to the public. I'd rather not poison random people.
And it might be redundant. They already might be poisoning it for us.
3, 2, 1.
Redundant.
Redundant.
So, do you think they obviously recognize this, which is too bad, because then, or else we could go in there disguised as help, but we can't do that. I wonder if there's another way somebody could get in there and not be seen.
Duncan, you're not being.
You know,
coy.
like turn into
You're
something.
not-
You know, I don't know, just like maybe a spider
All right,
or something
fine,
like that.
I'll go.
Spider-Oi, does whatever a Spider-Oi does.
Now, are you a regular spider or like a
will be-
labradoodle sized spider for some fucking reason?
Despite the fact that the big-ass spider has much better sneaky stats,
That doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Yeah, its stats are great. It's also this size versus this size.
I will be the ever ubiquitous house spider. I will be tiny, and I will scuttle in under a door.
Little did the rest of them know. That was the beginning of his speech for when he got married. I will be the ever ubiquitous house spider.
That sounds somewhat plausible. I don't like that.
Okay.
So I squitch on in there to investigate.
You do have pass without a trace. Yeah, pass without a trace though.
Only for
within 30 feet of me.
Oh, I didn't know you had to stay within the
Yeah.
caster for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Or within range.
Yes. Ori, what was your stealth?
I have not rolled it yet. I am currently looking up the stealth for the regular spider, and I found it. So for the first 30 feet, I would have the advantage of it would be a 16, but after that, it is less than 16. After 30 feet, it becomes a 6, I guess.
Why did you turn into a neon orange spider, Ori?
Well, I was thrown off from not being able to do the high-level spider that has better stats.
Use the high-level spider stats, but you're small. Do that, Ori.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Your GM is telling you you're allowed to do that.
Okay.
I mean, that makes
You're
your six
just
a lot
choosing to
nine.
be smaller. That's not like a big fucking choice, man.
Okay, let's try that again. With the giant wolf spider stats.
Yeah, correct, Bars.
Slightly better.
Okay. Well, okay, so you are a small, tiny labradoodle climbing across the ceiling. And you find yourself seeing exactly what Bagby saw before when you get to the loading dock sort of area. You would also notice that, and Bagby, you would have also seen this. It looks like it's not, they've sort of like put wood planks across going the other direction, so it's like part street. They look brand new, like they're building something down here, like it's supposed to be, I don't know, not as not as shitty as it is in your direction. Like it's supposed to be, I don't know, not as shitty. I don't know, that's what I'm going with. All right, Ori, do you go farther in?
Yes.
Okay. Go farther inside. Nobody seems to notice you. You head into a storeroom. It looks pretty normal wine cellar-y. A lot of just a area you keep food and liquids, right? Stairs at the end. Do you head up the stairs?
I would head up the corner of the ceiling of the stairs.
Okay, yes. You find yourself at the landing at the top of the stairs. You hear a voice that sounds familiar on your way up.
Tingle, tingle.
All right, they'll know it's a trap. But they'll show up anyway. I know they will. Listen, you don't gotta worry about nothing. Everyone here is ready to rumble. We'll lose some people. It's whatever. Not a big deal. You can count on me, okay? You round the corner and you see Keen.
I thought I heard Joe Pesci.
He's speaking to somebody just around the corner from you. He's leaning against the side of a wall.
Do I recognize the other person?
Fine. But if I'm here as bait, I need a way out. Just in case. You don't trust me? Do you trust you? You move up a little bit farther. You see him talking to an old man with a white beard.
I mutter under my breath the spider equivalent of son of a bitch.
They part ways. Keen disappears through a door. Dumas disappears through another door. Do you head back to inform your group?
Yes.
Okay.
I approach the group, and just to be safe, I turn back into Ori while I am still like 10 feet out, so they don't see a spider and be like, "Oh shit!"
Hate spider.
Good call.
I knew it was Ori, and I still beat his ass.
Son of a bitch! We have to go.
What?
We have to go to the trap party.
What did you see?
We saw Keen. Apparently, he's putting this thing on.
Really?
Never guess who he was talking to. Fucking. I'm still mad.
Dad?
What?
Your dad?
Oh, not my dad. He was fucking Dumas.
He was fucking Dumas?
No, he was talking. He was talking.
Your dad was fucking Dumas.
Or did you just sit down or something?
Keen was there. Dumas there as bait. They were talking about an escape plan for him.
Well, let's not give them time to make an escape plan. Let's go in right now.
Hey, hold on. Everybody gather around. I've got one of these each. And I pass out the holy water to everybody. I'll leave it up to you.
Hand grenade of Antioch.
I'm going to leave it up to you to what you use it for. You could hit the demon with it, or you can use it if you get cut. I don't think it'll be particularly effective against Dumas himself.
By the way, how many like was it just employees on my way?
You
up
saw
there?
4 people in the loading dock and nobody on the way up to Keene. Nobody else on the way up to Keene.
Okay.
Thank you very much for watching tonight. Have an excellent evening. We'll catch you next week. Or they're going to go beat ass.
We're going to walk in and
To a party.
King fucking Dumas, and it's going to be awkward.
It's gonna explode.
Have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow with Blood Moon, yes?
Yes.
Sunday,
God, I hope so.
we're not showing anything Sunday, but then we'll be back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Sunday after that. Have an excellent
Right.
evening. Good night.
No.